This one's hard for me. This is May 1st, 2025. Purchased equipment costing $96,000. So we're just going to input that right here. And this is going to be purchasing equipment with a note, and this is purchased equipment. Okay, cool. Now we're getting to some confusing things for me. Accrued interest on the notes, December 31st. This is $96,000, 6%, $12,000 annual principal payment plus interest each May 1st. So let's figure this out. So May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. That's 7 months. I'm just going to write that down. So 7 months from that day. How much interest did we accrue? So how are we going to figure that out? We are going to go to our calculator. I'm just going to do it here. I'm going to take my my original note value of 96,000, and then I'm going to multiply that by my percentage rate, 0.06, which equals $5,760. And then I am going to take that and I'm going to divide it by the amount of months that we've had, which is 7 months. So I'm going to actually multiply that by 7 divided by 12, and that equals 3360. And this is going to be my interest expense and my interest payable, and this is going to be recognizing accrued interest. Something is wrong. One or more of your accounts you've entered is incorrect. Interest expense, interest payable, recognized accrued interest. Okay. I wonder what could be wrong here. Let's see. Well, let's do the math again. Maybe that's wrong. Okay, well, let's try this. So we got 96,000 multiplied by our percentage rate of 0.06. And then I'm going to multiply that by 7 divided by 12, and that equals 336. I don't know what's going on here. Let's see what we did wrong. Ooh, I got my months wrong, like always. So the only thing I got wrong here was my months. How do we get 3840? Well, maybe it's my months that are off. May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Oh, that's 8 months. Ah, okay. So we're going to do the math again. 96,000 times 0.06 equals times 8 divided by 12. 3840. Okay, so we did our math wrong. Or I just counted my months wrong. That always trips me up for some reason. Okay, cool. And then we have our interest expense. So paid the first installment on the note. So let's do this. We're going to set up our accounts first. So we know that we're going to be paying with cash. And this is going to be my interest expense, my interest payable, and my notes payable as well. My notes payable is going to stay $12,000. My interest payable is 3840. And my interest expense, I now have to figure out. So I'm going to take my original value of what's my original value here? $96,000, and I'm going to multiply that times 0.08. And then I'm going to take that number and I'm going to subtract my interest expense from that, 3840, and that gives me, what just went wrong? Is it the exact same number? I don't know. Let's see. Let's do it again. Let's get 96, 1, 2, 3, times 0.06, and that equals 57, and then I'm going to subtract 3840, that's going to equal 1920. So what is that all added up? Let's see here. I'll just do it on this. 1920 plus 3840 plus 1200 equals $6,960, and this is going to be my payment. And still wrong. Why are we wrong here? So we got my, let's see if my interest expense is off. So we're going to do this all over again. 96,123 times 0.06, and that equals that number. And then I'm going to subtract my interest payable from it, minus 3840. 1920. I'm gonna try something on my calculator. 1920 plus 3840 plus 12000. Maybe that's wrong. Whoa. Okay, I got a totally different number. Maybe this calculator is off. I'm not sure. But I got 17760. I'm not even like thinking about this math in my head. I'm just like typing it in. So maybe that was it. Maybe I typed in a number wrong or something. I don't know. You guys probably saw. Accrued interest on the note payable. All right, so how do we figure this out? Well, let's take our original note value of $96,000, $96,000, and then we're going to subtract our annual payment of $12,000, and then I'm going to multiply this new number by my percentage rate, which is 0.06. And then I'm going to divide by the month. So May, let me count with my fingers. May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December is 8 months. So then I'm going to multiply this by 8 divided by 12. And that equals 420. That just does not sound right to me. Let's do the math again on my own calculator. And so I'm going to take 96,123. And I'm going to subtract $12,000 because that's my annual, and then I'm going to take that number and I'm going to multiply it by 0.06, and that's going to equal $5,040, and then I'm going to multiply that by 8 divided by 12, and that equals $3,360. That sounds way better to me. And this is going to be our interest expense and our interest payable. And this is going to be our recognizing accrued interest for the new year. Cool. And then consider the given transactions. Only what are Cater production total liabilities on December 31st, 2026? Total liabilities. So how do we figure that out? Well, let's take our original value of 96,000, 96,123. And then we're going to subtract our yearly $12,000. And then I'm going to add back my interest payable, 3,360. And that is my new total liabilities. It looks right because it's less than the total, so let's see. And there we go. Hopefully those mistakes are going to help in the future.